guys, and welcome to Of Those Below. In this episode, we have a very unique episode with my friend Sam, who's going to be sharing some really funny stories. I hope you enjoy them.
Hey Sam, how are you?
Hi, Danny. I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. I see you're in your room. And where are you in the world?
Alaska, Galena, Alaska.
Alaska. Galena, Alaska. Oh my God. That is
Here.
crazy. That's crazy because I'm in California right now, and the thought of being somewhere cold with snow is like foreign to me right now. It's like sunny skies, 65 outside.
Oh my gosh, I miss that kind of weather. But it is getting warmer here. Like the snow is on the verge of melting. So
Is the river breaking yet?
it's not breaking yet, but it's maybe another month out.
Wow. Okay, so what's the weather? What's the coldest it's been so far?
Uh the coldest this year was maybe -40. I
Oh
think
my God.
-45.
I remember the coldest I was in was -50 when I was out there.
Hmm.
And it wasn't for long. I got out and I'm like, no, and I walked back in. Do your eyelashes still like freeze over?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't miss that at all. So Sam, you're in Alaska, and can you tell us a little bit of what you do out there?
Well, I work here as an RA, or a resident advisor, at a boarding school. Um, my job is basically to look after the well-being of a bunch of students, by running programs like keeping like the like school's rules or making sure that the students keep them. I supervise different areas. I talk to the students and try to help them like get a sense of community with the other students and with the staff. Um, I don't know. That's basically what I do.
You are a rock star. So yes, so actually, I met you in Galena, Alaska, during training because I was also doing the same job, and the you've described it perfectly, resume style. What I would tell people is I was essentially like parents away from home
Yeah.
for a boarding school because our role, your role, is to literally mentor these kids and be that sense of role model for them in a very new environment and gosh, like high school, so very, very humbling job. And I don't know how you're still able to go out there, given like the weather, the the cold and dark months, but also the stress of having, would you say, 160 students in your uh, for you to supervise. It's amazing, Sam. Really admirable that you would still go out there because those kids need people. um yeah, so that's so cool. I love that you still go out there. Do you feel like you're getting into a groove out there, like you found your kind of like your flow?
I do. A little burnt out right now, but that's just because it's the end of the school year. But I feel like I've like hit a good routine. I know it's going on. I mean, like when you work with people, something new is always bound to pop up. But I also kind of like that about the job too. It's like you're always kind of on your feet. Um,
Yeah,
it's good. It's just a chill job.
totally, totally. Do you remember when we worked together and we found those that cement jungle, like the concrete jungle in the middle of the forest, and we just like started climbing and taking pictures
Yeah,
and
that was so fun. Do you remember the time we were walking by the riverbank and you found like $40 out of nowhere in these rocks? And then for the rest of the year, anytime we drove past that spot in the riverbank, you would like point and be like, "That's where I found $40."
Yes, yes. And actually it was $23, but 40 sounds better. But
It was
no, I remember I think was it you and I we were walking? I don't know if you were with me when I found it, but I was walking along this river, the Yukon River, and I found a $10 bill, I found a $5 bill, like in different moments. And I was like, every time was more exciting. So I was like, oh, wow, wow. And it amounted to a hundred, $23. And I was like, this is amazing. Like, I didn't think like some poor student probably lost their money and got to the store like penniless, but I definitely did not. I got some Oreos that day, and that's about as much as they were because it's so expensive out there. But yeah, every time we drove by, I was like, "Hey guys, look out there! Look right over there." That's where I found $23, and it pissed off everyone every time I did it.
everybody got so annoyed, but it was fun. And I think I was there because I think I remember you getting like progressively more excited every time you found a new bill.
And my eyes were glued to the ground because I was convinced I was going to find more money. I was just convinced. That's never happened for me. I've lost money, but I've never found money. So yeah, very memorable time for me. No, that's so fun. That's so fun. Yeah, I mean, we have our bunch of our own stories out there that year that I was out there for. But I first want to get into, I want to know what your Enneagram is. You took the test, and what'd you get?
I am an Enneagram 9.
9. Okay, so the Enneagram 9, the title for it is The Peacemaker, easygoing, self-effacing type, receptive, reassuring, agreeable, complacent. Well, how do you feel about those adjectives? Just initially.
I like they fit me to a T,
Oh wow.
like which I mean, it's fine at times, but there are other times when I really need to be a bit more willing to speak up for myself, I guess.
Hmm.
But you know,
Yeah. Do you find that well, let me ask, are you a middle child, Sam?
no, I'm
No.
actually a first child.
Really? I would because the peacemaker to me sounds a little bit like that compromiser, the one that's, like the middle child syndrome where you just try to make sure everyone's okay in the room. Um,
Hmm.
and I would you say that that's something that you find yourself doing, like in a setting where you just want to make sure everyone's involved and everyone's at peace?
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I see that too in you. So yeah, I know you're not a number, but it is crazy to take these tests and read into them, and you're kind of like, dang, I am that way. um,
Yeah.
have you?
I don't know, I love like personality stuff and stuff like the Enneagram, what's the other one? The Myers-Briggs I used to love in college.
Oh
So
yeah. What's your Myers-Briggs?
fun. Oh, what is it? INFP, I think.
INF, INFP. Okay. Mine
That's
was always ENFJ.
ENFJ. I think I see that.
Yeah. And well, and it's interesting. I think I'm becoming more introverted with the years.
Hmm.
Because I like people, but I definitely need my alone time to refuel now.
Hmm.
And like silence, just I just want to just hear nothing, Um, yeah, you've always been introvert, I think, Sam.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So I know you're not a number. So I actually have some fun questions to ask you. I want to get to know you a little better. So these are just meant to be fun. There's no wrong answer, but I will judge you for them. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Uh, a first question is, what is the worst food you've ever had?
Oh God. Oh, what was it? There is a Okay, so when I was in Boy Scouts in high school, we had this challenge where, oh geez, actually it's a tie between two things in college.
Okay.
We okay, anyway, in Boy Scouts in high school, we had this challenge where we see who could eat the most disgusting food, and somebody ordered like it was canned silkworm larvae. And I put one in my mouth and like it the like aroma just immediately filled everything. I I couldn't do it. It was bad. I wanted to cry. I
How old were
immediately
you?
spit it out. I was maybe 16, 15 or 16. It was so gross.
What I mean, what would you equate it to? What was like the smell or flavor that was going on?
I don't even know. Like bug? Like a soggy wet
Like
bug?
what you would imagine a worm to taste like.
Yes. It's like 10 times worse. But
Did you actually eat it?
if I remember right, I could be remembering it wrong. I think I like tried to chew it and wound up spitting it out, but nobody saw me spit it out, so I won that portion of the competition.
That's amazing. Oh, that's so great. Oh my God. Yeah, that's got it. A larva. Is that even like a food or is that something you guys found on the internet and ordered?
I think one of the like adult staff or one of the like not staff, but like one of the kids' parents had found it specifically for the competition. I think they probably ordered it online.
It sounds like fish bait, like the way you described it. Like it's not even like food for humans. Like it sounds like it would be what you would put on a line.
Yeah, I don't even know. All I know is it was gross. It was so bad. And there's like a plant occasionally that I would run past in high school when I was because I run long distance.
Mm.
And something about that plant would remind me of that smell. It made me want to gag every time.
That's amazing. So you said that there was another one that you've had. What other thing was gross?
So it was yet another like challenge in high school. I had a friend who had a birthday, and one of the parents, I guess, decided to mix together the smoothie and see which of us could chug it the fastest. But I don't know what it was with like the adults I was around in high school that were like, let's do
Shitty.
events where we like make our kids like eat really gross
Yeah,
foods.
let's kill them.
But yeah, anyway, I was a senior in high school. It was at my friend's birthday. The parents made the smoothie. I can't remember. I only remember one ingredient, and that ingredient was pickled pig's feet. It was so bad. I think it was like mixed with berries and something else, like tuna or something.
Oh God, they really
It
were trying to
was
kill you guys.
so
That's disgusting.
it was so foul.
Foul. Pickled pig feet. That sounds like a Louisiana thing. Do people eat that out there?
I guess so. I don't know anybody that eats it, but I like remember growing up and seeing it in the stores and being like, I guess that's a thing people eat.
So let me ask, did you actually drink this smoothie or did you spit it right out?
I think I drank it, but I think I was like complaining the entire time.
Oh man, you know what makes me gag, which isn't even like bad, is raw cauliflower. So I can't even imagine putting pickled pig feet mixed with tuna and a little strawberry on top to mm,
I feel like raw cauliflower is understandable though.
right? Well,
It's
people eat it with ranch. I can't.
it's like a gross ripoff of broccoli. Like it's just nasty.
so funny. A rip off of broccoli. I can't do raw broccoli either. I have to boil them. That's the only way they're gonna go down.
Mhm. Okay, I do like broccoli,
Mm,
but
I don't know. Maybe it's a texture thing for me. Just I don't know, but it like makes me
yeah.
immediately gag. Okay, I got another question for you. I love your answers, by the way. I didn't think we'd get pickled pig feet. Thought maybe you'd say something like raw fish, but definitely
Yeah.
better.
Well, you can thank the adults in my life in high
Yeah.
school for that, I guess.
Yeah, I wonder where they're at
Like,
now. Probably
parents.
prison. They're like,
What?
I said, I wonder where they're at now. Probably prison. So, okay, you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Okay, so imagine this: you are living your life right now in Alaska, and a zombie apocalypse breaks out. What is your go-to plan? Like you had no time to prep, so what? How will you handle a zombie apocalypse?
Oh gosh. I don't know. There's a piece of me that's like, oh, I should just stay here because there's like no people here to like turn into zombies. But also like I guess food is the thing that I'm gonna need.
Mm.
Could shoot a moose. Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably just stay here. Seems like a good place to be.
I guess it's pretty smart since you're in a village and there's not a lot of people that can get to you anyway without it being noticeable. So if you
Yeah.
were to stay there and kill the zombies there, then it'd be easier to watch out for more.
Yeah, zombies gonna have to walk 200 miles through the woods to get to me. That's actually why I moved here.
For the zombie apocalypse that might break
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. I think I had.
Nice, nice. That's so funny. I just imagine you hunting through the wilderness in rural Alaska and hunting a moose down, dragging it back to campus.
Yeah. Someone else would have to field dress it. I helped our friend Jordan field dress a moose like the year after you left, and I do it again for Jordan, but I never want to do it again. It
What
was
does
so
field
bad.
dress mean?
It like
Got it?
because you can't just like put the moose on a vehicle, they're too big, so you have to like cut it up in the place that you shot it.
Oh, so like yeah, break its stuff, like its bones and shit.
Not really. Oh wait, did we break bones? I
Like you
don't
have to
even
get the
remember the
leg off and the
process.
head off and everything.
Yeah, you had to like. I remember there was like a part where you have to like you have to like hang it by its legs from a tree. I mean, not like in the air, but to where it's like upside down and you can process it. I remember like cutting along the arms. Oh, I hated it.
Why?
Um,
Was it just like very gory?
it was very gory and it was very smelly, especially after like we had to cut into the like stomach. And what was it? Amy was there and she was like, okay, make sure y'all don't pierce the gut because then it's gonna get really stinky. It was already so bad.
Wow.
I was like, I don't even want to think about what this would smell like if we had cut the gut in some way.
Yeah. Dang, that's
But
so crazy. I've never gone hunting. I don't know anything that happens other than like eventually it's on your plate and it tastes good. But
mm,
wow.
yeah, that's like my only, well, I went on a hunt, I guess once or twice before like squirrel hunting, but I didn't shoot anything. So it's
Mm.
my only like big experience hunting.
And moose are huge, man.
Mm,
Oh, wow. That's pretty incredible. Jordan is a badass. I've decided that Jordan can get through anything. And so I need to continue to be her friend because she has great life advice.
hmm. She really does.
Yeah. All right. Well, Those were fun. I'm glad that I mean, if you can eat larvae, you can probably survive a zombie apocalypse. I'm deciding
Maybe.
that. All right, Sam. So, I know you have a couple stories you want to share. There's one I'm excited about. Which one do you want to share first?
Oh, okay. I guess I'll start in childhood.
Okay.
So it's a short one. When I was 6 years old, I was like climbing on the back of a chair for some reason. And of course, the chair fell over. It landed on my foot. I got bruised on my toenail. And eventually, the toenail like came off. Um, and I remember very vividly, like we were staying at my grandparents' house, and I woke up the day after the toenail came off, and there was money under my pillow. And I was like, what's this doing here? And shortly after that, my parents walked in and they went, Sam, look, the toenail fairy came. And I thought the toenail fairy was a thing, like a tradition that every family celebrated until I was like 14 or 15 years old. And I was so embarrassed when I found out it wasn't, because I think I just like casually mentioned the toenail fairy in conversation around a group of guys. I think it was in Boy Scouts as well. And they're like, what the heck are you talking about?
Wait. I have a question. Did you like go throughout your life, your young life, trying to bruise more toenails so that you can get more money?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay.
Losing one is enough.
Yeah.
It's so gross.
Do you think your
But
parents said it to you as a joke?
yeah, I'm 100% sure they did. Like, these are the same parents that like made us watch the like 60s or 50s horror film The Blob while eating Jello. So it's a
That's
whole
messed
experience.
up. Oh man, that's like watching what is that movie? Birds or Psycho? It's like the birds, you know what I'm talking about? And then like them the next day like bringing home a raven. It's your new pet.
Oh gosh. I don't know why that made me think of the time and you're when you got frustrated here about one of the staff members getting out and like screaming at the ravens every morning, like way in the morning. And so you made a fake raven and put it in your window to like attract more ravens to frustrate her more.
Yes. I had this I got it from the basement, the Halloween decorations. It was like one of those like fuzzy spiders with legs that are like malleable, and I wrapped it in I don't know what, but I made it look like a raven, and I put it outside my window. And what I was trying to do is I was trying to like capture a real raven, and so I thought if I put this fake raven outside my window and food along the window sill, um, then the other ravens will like look down and be like, oh, that raven is eating food. I'm going to go there. And then I was just going to continue to feed them. And then eventually they were going to come inside. I was going to train them and they were going to be my messengers to town. Like that was my goal. And I had the best food for them. I had pomegranates, apples, I had moose meat, I had vegetables for them, and like it never happened. And I would go out there, it'd get gross after a while. I'd have to trade it out, get more food, and I never caught a raven. So disappointing.
Hey, Kevin, I don't even know.
Did I tell you
Like, is there
what?
a Disney princess that like has a fleet of ravens?
Maleficent has a raven. Have you seen Maleficent?
I want to say I have, but it's been a long time.
Angelina Jolie. I just saw that recently, a couple years ago. recently, a couple of years ago. That doesn't make sense, but I saw it a couple of years ago, and I love that movie.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think it's just they give you it's a twist at the end. It's a really good twist. I thought it was really well made. But anyway, I tell you the time that I was in upstate New York at a camp, and I wanted to like lure a bear into camp. Did I tell you about that?
I don't think you did, but it also okay, yeah, go ahead and
So what I would do after dinner is I'd bring some food with me and I'd set it on a rock outside of this parking lot. And I'd put it there every night at the same time. And every morning it was gone. The food was gone. So I knew I was like feeding something. And so
Mhm.
what I was trying to do is I wanted to see a bear. And so just continue to do this. And my plan was one day I won't put the food out, and I'll go out there and like stake out and see, what am I feeding? Because it's gonna get trained like there's food here every night. And
Mhm.
so that was my plan. So I one night I didn't put food out, and I went out there and I sat in my car inside to be safe. And I like just like sat there with like a flashlight ready. Um, and I heard like rustling, and it was pretty dark out. So I like quickly opened my window, shine my light, and I capture this animal. It scurried away, and I like got out of my car and I was like trying to follow it. Ended up being a raccoon.
Oh no.
I was feeding a freaking raccoon.
Oh, that's the worst. I
Yeah,
hate raccoons
and,
too.
and I got in major trouble because my big mouth was like, "Oh, I'm gonna bring a bear to camp," and so all the higher ups were like, sat me down and they're like, "Do you want to get kicked out?" And I was like, "No." Who told you I was trying to do that? That was not me. No, man. It's yeah. So
Oh man.
yeah, ravens, bears. Oh my god. Okay, so tooth toenail fairy didn't exist. Was that detrimental for you?
Was the toenail very detrimental?
That it wasn't real?
I was devastated. It was worse than Santa Claus, you know? Like
It must have been
I always imagine the toenail fairy is like
like a troll.
I
I
don't
imagine a troll.
I imagine like a trucker dude in a leotard with like tiny wings that like obviously couldn't carry him.
That makes me think of the caterpillar in A Bug's Life when he has wings and he's like
Oh
barely
gosh, for sure.
a trucker. What is it? Okay, what's his voice sound like?
Oh god, I don't even know. Uh I don't know if I could
Okay, how about this? How about this?
you shoot.
God damn it, got another toenail gotta go collect. Jesus Christ. Because they have dip in their mouth. I don't know.
That's it.
Okay.
I think you nailed it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so what's the next one, Sam?
So, when I was in high school, God, when I was in college, I had some roommates and we all like we didn't have a lot of money. Um, because like I was working at like McDonald's or something like that. We all just had like crap jobs and we were in college, so just poor.
Yeah.
But so we each took turns buying toilet paper. And when it came to my turn to buy toilet paper, I did what my parents always do. They always buy like the cheapest toilet paper. It's the like sandpaper, like I don't know, it might be double ply, but it's like thin double ply if it is.
Yeah.
Maybe single ply. So I did the same thing and bought the like cheapest toilet paper I could find and like my roommate approached me and was like, dude, you have to buy better toilet paper than this. Like, I'm dying. It's like, it's fine. This is what I grew up with. Like, you'll get used to it.
You'll
Um,
grow callous.
yeah, yeah, the old butt calluses. Um, anyway, one day I was using the restroom and the toilet paper was rough enough that I got a little bit of blood. And so I washed my hands, stepped out of the bathroom, and my roommate was there. And I was like, hey, man, I'm so sorry. Like, you were right. This toilet paper is cheap as heck. I just like started bleeding on it. Um, and he's sitting there on the phone, or he's sitting there and he's like, thanks for telling my like AT&T representative that, because apparently he was on speakerphone with like the customer service representative at AT&T. I've
Oh my
never
God.
been so embarrassed in my life. I don't know how she didn't like burst out laughing.
Oh my God, dude. I'm sure she tells that story as well. She's like, yeah, I was just doing my job, and then all of a sudden I hear some guy in the background say his butt is bleeding.
It's a fun time.
Oh my God.
I feel like I've stepped up in life. It's good.
It does feel good to be able to buy the toilet paper you want when before you had to buy the cheaper one.
Mhm.
That's growth.
It's better than doing the reverse.
That's true. Yeah, having to go down to with Scott. Oh
Mm,
God, it's see-through. You know what I'm talking about? The see-through paper.
yes.
In Mexico, I've never seen it here. In Mexico, they have scented toilet paper.
Oh, what?
It's disgusting.
That's so weird.
It's like it's not a nice scent either. Like, and it doesn't do anything. I don't know what their mindset was. Like, we're gonna make scented toilet paper. It doesn't make your butt smell that way. Um, it all it does, it adds a new smell to the situation, and it does not mix well.
That's unfortunate.
I actually hate it. I actually don't understand. And so many restaurants and people buy them. It's like a
Hmm.
you have your choices, like soft linens or Blossom. It's like, no, I don't.
Oh,
I know.
yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, I'll have to send you some. I'll send you some. I will go to Mexico, and I will send you scented toilet paper to Alaska.
Sounds like a plan.
And you'll have to tell me what you think.
Okay. I'll shoot you a review.
Perfect. I think I
I'll,
could find I probably can find it on Google, like on Amazon or something.
if you could, like, maybe we can video chat and you can be on the line with a customer service representative
Translating.
and I can describe the toilet paper while you're on the phone with them.
He says that he has a very off what a very foul smelling butt now. He says the amount of Blossom scent wasn't enough to cover the poop scent.
Hmm. It was like subtle flavors of blossom.
Subtle. It's like, here's your poo poo platter, just to reference the A Bug's Life again. Here's your poo poo platter with a whisper of lavender.
Here's here's a reminder to you that good scents exist after what you just did to that bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just there to shame you.
It's there to shame you. It's like, this is what you could smell like, but you
Hmm.
don't because you're disgusting and you're human and you have to defecate.
Oh man, rough times.
It's like it's like It's like an iron. It's irony. It's an oxymoron. It's here's this like package you just delivered, and then here's this wipe your slate clean and smell good.
Mm.
It's actually poetic. I think actually now I'm thinking about it, I think they're trying to go with like it being like a metaphor, like
Mhm.
no matter the shit that happens in life, things could get better.
Yeah, yeah. The the lessons you learn through toilet paper.
Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna move past it. I'm gonna move past that. But okay, so we heard about the toenail trucker fairy from A Bug's Life, and we heard about your dreadful toilet paper experience. What's the other story you wanted to share?
So there's one time I was in Romania, on a like mission trip or whatever. Um, and one of my like team members on the mission trip was like, "Hey, so occasionally I'd like to do this thing where like, or she was like sharing with the rest of us, like, I'd like to do this thing where I'd like use the bathroom in the dark." And I was like, "I don't know why you do that, but I'm gonna give it a shot."
Okay.
And so
Like,
I
is
took a
this number two or
shower.
number one or two?
I took a shower.
Oh, this is taking a shower. I thought you're so like,
Yeah.
okay,
Well,
okay.
well, she said she would like go pee.
Hmm.
Uh, which I don't know. Anyway, I settled on a shower. It was exactly what you would expect, like a shower with no light. Um, but I
Okay.
went to like I got dressed and I like grabbed my belt and I dropped it. And I dropped it under the sink, but I forgot that the sink was there to start with and bent down and slammed my face into the sink real hard. And I heard a tink on the bottom of the sink and immediately like I knew to feel my teeth and it felt like they were both just like gone. Uh, so I didn't bother like trying to turn on the lights or look in the mirror. I just like sprinted out of there and was like, my teeth are shattered, my teeth are shattered. Um, and my friend like was like, okay, look at me, smile. And she was like, okay, you're literally fine. It's just like a quarter of like why your front teeth got chipped off, you know.
Jeez.
So like it really wasn't that bad. Uh but I was so embarrassed about the reason that it happened. I didn't want to tell anybody like yeah, I broke my front tooth because I was using the like I was showering in the dark. Like what what a lame reason to break a tooth.
Oh man, did were you in like pain when you chipped your tooth?
It was like, you know, when you like bite into ice cream with your
Yeah.
front teeth and it's like sensitive? It was kind of like that, except not quite as bad as that.
Wow.
And then like as like the day progressed, it got better and better. So I had to wait until I got back to the US to get it fixed though. So
Did they glue it on? What did they end up doing?
I thought they were gonna glue it on. So I had it like in a little Ziploc bag. I was like carrying it through airport security.
My tooth.
And one of my team members was like, "What do you think they're gonna do? Like glue it back on?" And it was like, "Yeah, I thought that's exactly what they were gonna
Yeah.
do." But they basically just did like a filling or a crown or something. I don't know.
Wow.
All I know is like they don't need the tooth part. I lay down and like they do something and I have a tooth again, you know.
I hate the
Um,
dentist. I hate the dentist.
I know. And then it broke a second time, like shortly after COVID started,
The same
because like
tooth?
my parents' life group or like their church sent me like a care package with candy, and one of the candies was Laffy Taffy,
Mm,
which they didn't know this, but like by far my least favorite candy, but it was the only thing I had left in my house. So it's like snacking on banana Laffy Taffy, the worst flavor of the worst candy.
absolutely. Agreed. Agree with that statement. Absolutely.
It was not worth breaking my tooth again. But
Oh, it's the same tooth?
mhm. It's the same like chip, just broken
Wow. So it
again.
came out?
Yeah, I was like chewing on banana Laffy Taffy and I felt something hard. I was like,
Oh,
okay,
that's the
Laffy
worst.
Taffy is like awful, but like I know it doesn't have chunks in it.
Oh, and then you spit it out and it was your tooth.
Yep.
Oh,
But
I have a recent story. Um, okay, so I got this water bottle from my job.
mm,
They sent it to us. And they sent me a metal straw that you can use. Well, um, I only drink water out of here. So I had I always keep water in there. Well, I just came back from a trip a couple of days ago, and I come back, I'm unpacking, and I go and grab this and like take a sip out of the straw and immediately feel something hard in my mouth. So I spit it out like all over the carpet.
mm.
And I see an earwig like crawling through the carpet.
Oh no.
It was in my mouth, dude. And
Oh
I
God.
don't know how it got in. I don't know how it got up my desk, up this thing, into the straw, because it was in the straw. I threw the straw away because I'm like convinced it laid eggs and I just can't use the
Mm,
straw anymore. Um,
mhm,
and I washed this out. But yeah, I literally I was like that feeling of this isn't water. Because water you just like swallow. And it was just like
mhm.
moment of like, that's not water, and I just spit it out.
Oh, that's a bad feeling.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
So you spit out your tooth, or you spit out the Laffy Taffy, and then did you find your tooth? Did you know immediately that was your tooth, or were you freaking out that there was something like plastic in your Laffy Taffy?
so I think what happened was like I noticed something hard. I was like, Laffy Taffy doesn't have chunks. And so I think there was something in my head that like immediately went like I should check my tooth. And so I think I felt my tooth before spitting it out and realized what it was. And I was so upset because like COVID just started. Like I couldn't leave like Galena without like and be able to get back in. So and like the dentist wasn't here too.
Mm.
So I just had to deal with it for like a month.
Did it hurt again?
It was I mean like it didn't yeah, it was just sensitive for like a day or two and then I got used to it. I just like chose not to use like my front teeth for a bit, like if I could avoid it and it was
Mm.
fine. But
Yeah,
actually
dang.
like I actually got to Louisiana and procrastinated on like getting it fixed for another like 2 or 3 weeks after I was there. So I was looking, yeah, kind of broken for a little bit. But I really didn't want to go to the dentist. So
Oh, dude, I get bad dentist anxiety.
mm,
I just don't like the dentist.
yeah.
I had a panic attack in the dentist chair one time.
Oh gosh. I
Yep.
think I had braces, so that got me a little bit used to it. I think the thing I dread most about the dentist is like the small talk. Like I feel like I had the same conversation with and I would like put off going to the dentist for the longest time to avoid it because like I don't feel like answering the same questions about like my pet dogs every time.
And you're like, "Ah," like the whole time.
I remember, yeah. Oh, yeah. Why do they always ask questions when their like whole hand is in your mouth? Like you think I can answer you? But also, like when I was like my appointments for my braces, my what's it called, like orthodontist or whatever. I remember specifically, like each time he would ask me, like, "Hey, do you have any pets?" I was like a senior in high school, so I had a pet bulldog at the time. Um, And I was like, "Yeah, I have a pet bulldog." And he would be like, "Oh, what's his name?" I'd be like, "Her name is Sophie." And he'd be like, "Oh, I didn't know they made female bulldogs." He made this joke. Like we had the same conversation 3 times. And like he didn't remember it every single time.
Oh God, I hate that.
So rough.
That's so awkward.
Yeah.
Oh man. It's not even a funny joke.
Yeah. But I
I
guess
could
it
have
makes
done.
sense when you like deal with people all the time, like you're gonna forget the conversations you had.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. It's not a good feeling though on the receiving end though, because you're like,
mm,
oh, yeah, I remember this 3 years ago.
yeah,
No, no. Yeah, dentist not a fan, but I will say that is I'm very like strict about my teeth and I will go to the dentist cuz I love to eat and that's
mhm.
how, I need my teeth. So, yeah. Well, that's super fun, Sam. You have some crazy stories for sure. And so many more, I'm sure, but I wanted to ask you I sent you this question in a text the other day, but what would you say is a nugget of wisdom you would want the world to know?
I think, and it's like kind of my thing for like years and years has been like vulnerability begets vulnerability. And by that, I mean like if you feel safe in a situation and you're trying to get to know someone who you feel fairly safe with, usually like being vulnerable can help push people to also be vulnerable with you. Or like you can't expect people to be vulnerable with you without you also being vulnerable with them.
Hmm. I like that. I like that a lot. At least I am sometimes fearful after like fallouts with out of relationships or friends to let down those walls. And
Mhm,
so um but I know that at my like deepest, I what I crave is authenticity and like um something real
mhm.
and deep, not shallow. And so and what it takes to get there is being vulnerable and open and so I definitely agree with that. I think it's hard for me though to come out of something that where I feel like I threw my pearls before swines and then like now I have no more pearls or they're dirty or I don't want to let go of my new ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, and that makes sense. And I think that's why I like tried to preface it with like if you feel safe, because also the older I've gotten, the more I've realized that there are also circumstances where you need to like pay attention to whether somebody's a safe person or not.
What would you say is a red flag when you feel like okay, this person's not safe? Like what is a characteristic that you look for and say, okay, I'm deeming this as unsafe?
A big one for me, I think, is like if you're like getting in conversations with them and they're sharing information about other people that the other people maybe wouldn't want shared. And if you see that, you probably know that they're going to be willing to do the same with what you share to them about yourself.
Absolutely. I think we're all creatures of habit, and we have tendencies. And if someone's openly for sure. I would say that's gossip. If someone's gossiping about someone, um, what makes you think they won't about you? You know, like what makes you so special in their eyes to to not do the same. So, yeah, I would say that's a great red flag. Something that I would assume is a red flag for me in that kind of situation is someone who's only talking about themselves. You
Mm.
know, they don't ask reciprocal questions or engage to get to know you. And so it's almost like for me, it's like I don't mind hearing about them. I will continue to, but in my head, I'm like, they don't care about me. So why should
Mm.
I open up and share my vulnerable side with them? So that's something I do or look for.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's really good advice. I do believe that. I think it's really hard. So I'm an Enneagram 8, kind of going back to Enneagram, but so it's like really hard to open up to people, but that's at my deepest what I crave is something genuine. And so
Yeah, I see that in you.
yeah, I'm like all I look tough and I'm funny and stuff, but at the end of the day, I'm just one big softie, you know, like I
Mm.
just want something real. And so, that being said, Sam, I thoroughly enjoy our friendship. I know we're so far away, and we've truly only have had a year together, in the same place,
Mm.
and that was now 4 years ago. But I know you're the kind of person that will always listen and will be loyal. You know, I don't have there's not a ounce in me that like doubts your friendship. You know, you're very you're very easy to talk to, Sam.
Hey.
And I miss you so much. You know, I miss our little adventures and little pranks that we do out there. And I said it earlier, but I do admire your commitment to those kids.
Mhm.
It shows a lot, shows your heart, and you have a good one.
Thanks. And I am so glad that we've like managed to be friends for like how many years now? What, like, despite
4.
being so far away,
Yeah.
because like just Danny, you're such a like amazing person. Just so, I don't know, tenacious, I guess.
Thank you.
Um, and just funny as heck. And
That's so great.
and also like when you like want to do something, you just go out there and do it. And yeah, that's hard.
I appreciate that. You know, I think I've just been flying by the seat of my pants most of my life, but there seems to be trends, and it's starting to become a part of my personality. And I like who I'm becoming. I like who I am, and
Mm.
I know there's a lot of work left in me. You know, I'm not a finished product, just like most of us are not. But I am starting to. I really do like who I see in the mirror, and I'm proud of the person I see. And um, you know, it's a very good place to be in life to accept yourself fully and know exactly where you stand. And it's been a journey of God. I'm 27, so it's been a journey of I would say actively like the last 5 years where I've really just tried to hone in into like who am I, and um, I think a big part of who I am is the people who I allow to influence me, my friends, and the people who I let in, um, because you know you are what you eat, and um, I have just a solid the amount the people who are in my life because I want them to be, and um, that means you, and I just I look for people who are like minded and who are going to point me to better. And you fall into that, Sam. You have a very kind heart, and you're very honest, and I like that about you.
Thanks.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate your words too. Words of affirmation is my love language, so I'm over here like, oh, thank you. Well, Sam, it's been so good to see you, hear you. I love your room. It looks like it's a great place to just refuel after a long day of work. So I'm just very proud of you for being committed out there. Because I know I can't. Um, and I just love you. I love you, Sam. And
I miss you,
I
Annie.
thanks. And I really do hope the best for you. And I appreciate you sharing these comic reliefs. I think a lot of my interviews have been a little serious. So I'm excited to post this one because this is just really fun and lighthearted, and it just shows like our friendship in a nutshell. I love you, Sam. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Talk to you soon.
Bye.